I know people find it strange to like look in the camera and be like, there's nothing there. But I see there's people and human beings behind there. And it's all, for me, it's all about connecting.
So the first question is, how did you fall into becoming this, social media personality? Tell us what happened along the way to get you to where you are today.
Well, it was basically, in terms of YouTube, which is where my bigger following is, it was always something I was interested in doing. And I just watched somebody do, what was it? I think it was some form of like motivational speaking, or he was kind of like in that kind of self-development world. And I was kind of curious. And then I would find this whole wealth of people on there who were uploading videos. And then I just thought, okay, I'm going to do this. I got my phone and I put it on my fireplace, and I literally just uploaded some singing, and it was like Stand By Me, Benny King, and it kind of just went from there. And I decided, okay, I got 2 comments, that's nice, and then start growing my little fam at the time. And it took me about a year to grow 1,000 subscribers, which I was very proud of. Actually, I think it was a bit over a year. And then I was compelled to do more. Anything that went into my mind, whether it was coaching, vocal coaching, whether it was talking about smoothie making or me running around a track. God, I remember that one. And impressions, or just singing, or my writing, or talking in front of the camera. It was literally anything and everything, anything creative. I had this massive list, and I was like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do an advert. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then something happened to me, and I had a tumor. So that sort of set me back, and like I couldn't walk for like 2 months. It was,
oh my gosh,
it was like 22. Yeah, I mean, people know the story, and it is in my description on every video, because some people are like, oh, I didn't know that, but I don't like put it straight away and like freak people out. It's kind of like, it's there, and that's the story. I mean, there's other things like through I mean, I've been on YouTube, is it 3 years or 2 years? But because that year I was a little bit like playing around with it, and I didn't see it like a job or anything. It was just something fun to do. But obviously, so I went through this kind of the emotions and motions of everything, of like, oh my God, I thought I was gonna die, because she said, it was like, you've got 6 out of 10 chance of it being cancerous, which it wasn't. And so it turned out it wasn't, but it was like a shock. And I was like, oh, I could have died. And then I was saying to myself, sort of, if I was to look back on my life, would I be happy with what I've achieved? No. So I said, let's see what happens when I take YouTube a little bit more seriously. So I was on it about probably once a week, which is what they sort of say, like upload weekly. So I was doing that once I was better, and a little bit, because I lost so much weight as well. I was like, could barely walk. My achievement was walking to the next lamppost. I don't know what you call them in America, but wow. Like a lamppost. And I was like, I made it. Selfie. No, I couldn't even lift up a phone. But so there's a lot of story with that. And obviously battling anxiety and depression, and not feeling good enough, or self-belief, and all this kind of stuff. So by that point, I was in and out of self-development, like that world, and coaching. And obviously I've been vocal coaching for like 11 years. So that's nothing new, but there's this other side to me, and I'm like always curious. The curious brain's always going. So sorry, this is going on. I'm going to talk a lot. You're like, yeah, I got another question, so hurry up. But anyway, so and then there was a comment in one of the videos, just as I was getting a bit like, not that, I'm not getting anywhere with YouTube. I was like, I'm putting my heart on the line. I'm like doing so much creatively. And then I saw this comment, and it kind of changed everything. And he actually shares the same name as my uncle. And I was like, that's not my uncle, because he's like really old, and I don't think he's actually on YouTube.
On YouTube.
He's 80. Yeah, not to ageism or anything like that. Well, he might be. He might have his own Chanel. Who knows? Secretive. And it said, do a reaction, or please, Rebecca, I don't think it was that rude, but please do a reaction to Morissette Amon. I was like, what is Morris? I didn't know it was a human. So, and then I was curious, and I was like, okay, what is this? And then I checked her out. Obviously saw she was an amazing singer. And I did a few like vocal coach things, dabbled in it. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. I don't understand what or why or who or why someone would want to watch this. So then I uploaded it, and it did really well. And I was like, there might be something in this. Like, people do want to see this talk about singing and being sometimes funny-ish and whatever. I don't know.
Funny, not funny-ish. Funny.
No, but I can't. I'm really funny. No, that's weird.
Funny, funny-ish.
Maybe, I don't know. The English humor. But and then it just kind of went. It propelled from there. And then people wanted more. And I was like, oh, okay, I think I can do it again. Trying to adjust the camera with lighting, which is always wrong. And I look like, I look like I just rolled out of bed sometimes. But and then there was like this propelled kind of effect, and that people wanted more and more. So then I'm like, can I to please? I'm like, okay, I'll do more. And then I hit 100,000, or I can't remember. And I was like, every day it just was going crazy, and it didn't stop, and it hasn't stopped since then. And then I try not to focus on the figures, but sometimes it's there. Oh, look, I looked at the number. Okay.